Hi, Peony Prashanti here from the Yomogi House. Today I'm going to show you how to cook burdock root. Look at this amazing root. You know how long this was? Let me put it together. Let me show you. This was in 4 pieces, so it's amazing. It's almost as tall as I am. I mean, as long as I am. There's one more piece that goes for. Can you imagine the farmers who grow this stuff? I mean, it's like really deep. And because it's really deep and it goes down into the ground, it is a very yang vegetable. And what this vegetable is excellent for is it helps you to promote urination, and it works on your kidneys. And if you have some constipation problems, eat some of that because it's got a lot of fiber. You know, if you're like got boils or pimples, that really helps cool you down too, actually. And it purifies your blood. It's a blood purifier. Helps with rheumatoid, or it helps with arthritis, and a host of things. You can even make tea out of this. You would grate it, and you add 10 parts of water to 1 part of this, and you boil it, and you drink it, and pee. Just don't drink it at night. But what I'm gonna make, what I'm gonna make is a dish that I stir fry, and it's called kimpira gobo. It's Japanese. Now, the best way to cut this, you know, some people use the skin, and Grandma always said it has toxins in it. It has oxalates in it. What oxalates does is it binds with calcium, and it prevents you from, you know, it's like tannins. It has like tea, like black tea. It's got tannins in it, so it binds with, not calcium, binds with iron, and it you know, prevents you from absorbing iron. So Grandma always said to peel the skin and soak it in water. And I know a lot of Westerners don't do that, and that's okay, that's your thing, but the Asians soak it in water. So what you do is you scrape it. Instead of peeling it with a peeler, you can just do the scraping motion, see? And then the skin comes off. So scrape it like that. And then after you scrape it, there's several different fancy ways to cut this. Okay. You can either, like, you know, do this motion like you're welding, not welding. What's that word? Gosh, I'm sorry, English is hard. Anyway, this kind of motion here. So too bad I don't have a translator sometimes. So anyway, you can do it like that. Then you have all these cool shapes, you see. But you still have to soak these in water. And some people don't, and that's okay, because that's going into your body, not mine. But if it was me, I would soak it to get all that brown water. Because when you soak it, the water actually starts to turn brown, and that's the tannins coming out. You know, like acorns, you have to soak acorns. You can't just, like, you know, pick it up from the ground and think that you're going to eat that. But you're getting tannins in there. So here's another way to cut them, is just in little matchsticks like this. And what balances really nice with this is carrots, cut the same way. So I have already soaked some in water, and I changed the water a couple of times because this one was really kind of brown. So to your cast iron pan, add some oil. Let me turn this a little bit. Okay, you add some oil, and then, you know, burdock, the thinner you cut this, the longer it'll cook. So just add to your hot pan, and it's probably really noisy because this camera picks up pretty good sound. While this is cooking, you can, when it's, I gotta tell you, add some ginger to that too. And ginger is the same way. You don't have to peel it, you just kind of like scrape it with the back of your knife, or you can use a spoon to scrape the skin off the ginger. And you know me, I save everything, and I save all these ginger skin because when it gets colder, my feet's going to get really cold, and I'm going to make a big pot of water, boil a big pot of water, and throw all these ginger peels in there, and I'm going to soak my feet inside. And I will get warmed up from the inside. So this also, again, cut it in matchsticks style and add it to your burdock root. Now with this dish, it normally calls for soy sauce, but because soy sauce has wheat in it, I'm not gonna put any soy sauce in here. You can use Bragg's amino acids, but I feel like I don't like that either. So I'm gonna just add a teeny bit of miso at the end of this and call it good. And then to this, I will add the carrots after the burdock is nice and soft. But because the video is, takes a long time and people don't want to sit here and watch this for another 20 minutes, so I'm just going to pretend it's done. See? And stir it up a little bit more. And I like these covers that you can see through, so you don't have to keep opening to see if it's done. So, come back in a little while. I will pause the video and come back. Okay? Okay, we're back with the burdock root, and it's been cooking or frying for about 10 minutes covered, and I didn't put any flavorings in it, but look how nice and brown it is. To this, like I said, you can add tamari, but I don't like tamari, so I will add a little bit of miso, and had just a teeny bit, because that's all I have in there is a teeny bit. Add some hot water. And this is the fun part that I like, because I like the sound of sizzling. Just love that sound. I don't know what happened. Okay. And open it up so that all the steam can escape. And it is done. Now because this is, I put miso in there and it is a bit salty, but yet it looks a little bit boring, you can add something to make it more appetizing, which I have. My specialty peonies goma shio, except this doesn't have the shio, which is salt in it. It has sesame and dulse. Put a little bit of that in my mortar and pestle, which is called a suribachi. And you know how healthy sesame seeds are to build bone. And you know I'm all about building bones. It's got a lot of calcium and magnesium in sesame seeds and in the seaweed itself too. So, just sprinkle some on here. Make it all appetizing and pretty. If you had parsley on the side, you can put a little piece of parsley on the side. Look at that. Ooh! See? Can you see that? Let me taste it. Mmm. Perfect. Not too salty. And burdock root takes a long time, because you've seen how thick it was, so the thinner you cut it. And if when you buy it in the store, try to see if you can buy the skinnier one. That is delicious. Okay, so since we're on the burdock burdock subject, I want to make, can mess up a little bit here, miso soup using burdock. Is that gonna fit? Yeah, that'll fit. Okay. And miso. This Saturday, actually, I'm going to bring that big 5-gallon bucket to my house in Eugene. And if anybody wants to come and get some for $5, bring your wide mouth quart jar of empty mason jar and come over and private message me. And I'll give you the address. You can't beat this price. It's $5 for organic, non-GMO, dark red miso. Alright, so to this, get it nice and hot. And it's okay to use to have a lot of oil this time of the year because it's so cold. So earlier we cut the burdock root in fancy shapes, and this is the water that it's been soaking in. It's all brown. So we removed all of the tannins. And I'm going to cut the carrot the same way. I still don't know the word for this style of cutting. If anybody wants to enlighten me, please tell me. And I'm going to make miso soup and have this for breakfast tomorrow. Okay, oh my goodness, I am running low on battery. So I'll add some oil, just a little bit of sesame oil. I'm going to use the toasted sesame oil in this soup to make it's going to be really good. A bit of toasted sesame oil. And that gets nice and hot. Add your burdock. And you can make a nice Japanese stew dish with this too. You can add daikon radish and tofu, fried tofu pieces, and lotus root, tofu, daikon, radish, carrots. Still a lot of chopping. And then add to the soup, I'm going to add a piece of kombu. And kombu also is a great calcium mineral booster. So we have a lot of healthy ingredients in here. And after it's all nice and browned and got like a lot of brown edges around the carrots, we'll go ahead and crank up the heat. You'll boil this up, add hot water to it, boil it until it's nice and soft. Add your kombu piece, add the miso, turn off the heat, and enjoy in the morning for breakfast. What a wonderful breakfast with a bowl of rice. So while that's cooking, I'll have the prepare my miso, and you can just go ahead and add it straight to the pot. But it helps to it's hot. It helps to melt it by adding the water prior to. I keep all my miso in a nice ceramic crock pot. Crock pot. No, that's not a crock pot. A crock. Kind of sounds weird. Crock. Okay, and to this pot, I'm going to add a tablespoon of miso and melt it up. Dissolve it up. And now I'm seeing some browning on the vegetables. And remember, I like sizzling, so this is the part that I like. There it goes. It's going to be noisy. I'm weird. And to that, I'm going to add the kombu. And cover it. And let that get soft for a while. Maybe 5 minutes. And then when that's done, I'll add the miso. And, you know, if you have tofu, you can add tofu too. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back with the soup. Now I'm going to turn it off. And to the soup, you could have added the ginger earlier, but I don't like, well, some people like it really hot with ginger, but I'm not one of those really spicy hot ginger person. I like ginger, but I don't want to drink a bowl of ginger soup. So I have a chunk of ginger. Oh, it looks like my battery's going down again. I have a chunk of ginger. You can see that. And I'm not going to chop it up because I don't want small little pieces of ginger in my mouth, so I'm going to just mash it like this. See? And then put it into the pot. And earlier we melted the miso in some water. And we don't boil miso because miso is alive with beneficial enzymes. Put that in there. Give it a nice mix. And I will have this for breakfast tomorrow, but I just have to have a swallow to see what it tastes like. Mmm! Oh, it's delicious. It's perfect. Now, remember to always have a bowl of miso soup before you start your meal, because miso has enzymes in it. When you drink the soup, it tells your stomach, all right, enzymes kick in. You got a bunch of food coming in, and it helps you digest your food. And earlier, remember, we put some peonese gomashio or sesame seed dulse on top of my burdock root stir fry. And I just want to let you know that I have a set right here. It's for sale, and it's a special price right now. You get 2 for $5. One is sesame seeds with salt, and the other one is sesame seeds with seaweed. And let me know, and I will be in Eugene this Saturday with miso and these. Let me know ahead of time, and I will give you the address where I will be at. Thanks for watching, and have a healthy, happy holidays to you. Bye.